Hey guys, it's Brian here and welcome back to the video. So I want to continue talking about the mirror effect and how it's affecting your business. And as you can see, I still can't really pronounce mirror correctly, but bear with me. So this is especially important if you're an online coach, an online consultant, or other type of online educational provider. So I'm going to go through these 4 things that are really a reflection, like they really show the mirror effect in your business and your life. And I'm going to include a bonus one at the end so we can cover that, and that's a really important one. So let's get started. So if you are the type of person who's only ever invested, so I'm going to use the blue one for this, that seems to be going. So you've only invested $29 in some type of ebook, or for example, you've invested $100 to $200 in some type of workshop. Well, that's good, that's great. But if you want to be charging your clients or your prospects or your clients, you want to be charging like a medium ticket product 2K, it's going to be very hard for you to charge 2K if the most you've ever invested in your online education is like $29 ebook, a $200 workshop. Like, these are good, hope you get some good value out of it, they're important. But if you want to be charging like these medium ticket prices, it's very hard for you to do that if you've only ever spent that, because in the back of your mind is you're going to be thinking, why would people invest this kind of money into me if I've only ever spent $200, so why would people pay this much into me if I'm kind of like just not really sure about doing it? This is the same goes for if you're doing higher ticket products like 5 to 10K, or as I've been in masterminds that cost 30K plus per year. So if you've noticed, some of the people that do the best in business are usually in these type of masterminds. 30K, 50K, 70K, maybe even 100K per year. And it's not only because of the information, the network they have. Like, of course, they're important. It's usually because, like, most of those people, when I've been in these masterminds, usually people aren't comfortable charging these prices unless they actually go into the mastermind themselves and actually pay this kind of money. Then it makes them feel much more comfortable charging potential prospects these type of prices if they want to set up their own mastermind. So this goes all the way through. So if 2K is the amount you want to be charging a prospect to, like, for a medium ticket product, then you probably have to go out there and pay for some type of coach or transformation that costs $2,000. The same goes for 5 to 10K. If you haven't spent 5 or 10K, it's going to be very hard for you to actually charge those type of prices for potential clients. And again, this might be more of the advanced side, but if you want to set up your own mastermind that costs like 15, 30K plus, you're probably going to need to actually invest that type of money into another person's mastermind. So not just that it provides value, it provides network, but also provides you the belief in yourself and your prices. So that's very important. So the next thing we want to figure out is kind of like the potential behavior of a prospect. So you might have noticed if a prospect says to you, I need to think about it, on, for example, a sales call or in the DMs. Like, this is going to happen no matter what you do, but it can happen a lot less if you are not the type of person that says, I need to think about it, on if you're dealing with if you're trying to invest in a program. The less you say this, the less it'll come back on you from other potential prospects that you want to work with. You want to be saying a more definite yes or no, because you don't need more information usually. So you just need to be more have a very quick at making decisions. Like, I have to say, I haven't always been the best at making decisions. I'm still can 100% improve on that, and my decision needs to be improved, like even for simple things. But yeah, you just need to be much better at saying yes or no. I've heard people saying yes or no to massive purchases, like $5 million products or houses or whatever. Just a quick yes or no. Like, that's the kind of decisive level you need to get to. I'm not saying I'm there, like, at that quick decisive things, especially for bigger things. But the better you get at this, the more your business and your life and your sales call will just become much easier, much more free. So that's very important. Or another way to think about it is, what other ways? So they need to think about it. Maybe what else would they do? Okay, so another way will be asking for discounts. So if you're the type of person to always ask for discounts, then you're going to assume that other potential prospects of you are going to ask for a discount. So, and they're more likely to do that because you kind of almost assume that they'll ask for that. So these are types of things you want to kind of change about you, so then you, from your market, you get that back in return. The next is who you become. So this is who you want to become. So maybe this isn't you, but there's probably people out there that need to kind of like work on this. So you want to become an A+ client. For other people you work with. So what I mean by that is you want, if they've offered you a good transformation, a good service, you want to be giving them testimonials. Yeah, you want to give them a testimonial, because if you don't kind of give these people a testimonial, then you're going to assume that your potential prospects will not give you a testimonial. So again, it's a reflection of what you expect. They want to make sure to pay on time. So what I mean by that is, like, if you're in a membership or if you're in a payment plan, you want to be making sure you're paying quickly and on time to vendors or clients or people you work with. You want to be paying them on time, because if you don't, that kind of reflects back on you with your prospects. Again, it's the mirror effect. If you don't do this, then you're going to assume that other people are going to do that to you, and oftentimes this happens. It's kind of a weird, funny thing that this kind of thing happens. The next thing I want to do is a slightly different one. So it's your personal life. So your personal life is a reflection, your business is a reflection of your personal life. So if your personal life is messy, if it's messy, unorganized, so your desk is like, your desk or your laptop is unorganized, or your sleep habits, sleep or health, another important one. So if these things are out of alignment and like you don't really have clarity in your personal life, it's going to be a massive effect on your business life. So sometimes, honestly, it's more important for you to work on these things rather than working on some new tactic or trick in your business to try and like double your revenue or even like 50, like make like 50% more in your business. If you get these things sorted and get more clarity in your personal life, that clarity can then come back and reflect into your business and make you a lot more profit, make your life a lot easier. So if it is the case, you want to make sure your desk is organized, it's not messy, the office you stay in, the house, your sleep, you want to make sure you're not like sleeping on in bed too late in the mornings. Depending on your work hours, you have to work that yourself. Your health, like, I'm not saying you have to be like the pinnacle of health, but usually the people that are the pinnacle of health oftentimes have the best business. So you want to make sure your health is pretty good, you're not doing too bad, and yeah, because these, as I said, these things are a reflection of your business. So the next thing I'm going to go, and the final thing I want to talk about today is the bonus section. So what do I mean by this? So this is your standards. So you want to keep your standards high in life, no matter if it's your business or your personal life. And I heard a really, really good quote about this, maybe, I don't know what it is, 5 or 6 years ago. I think it was an anonymous person that said this quote. I don't think it was given to anyone, but it basically went, we are not the highest version of ourselves that we can imagine. We are the lowest version of ourselves that we can accept. So it's all about the standards. So you might imagine yourself as this amazing business person or person or whatever, like that makes loads of money and all that. But that's not really the truth. Like, if we're looking for the truth, you are not that person. You are the lowest version of yourself that you can accept. So that's all about your standards and what your standards are. So for example, if you talking about fitness or health, so say for example, if you wanted to, you might be saying like, I will never go above 200 pounds. Like, if you're a bigger person, or if you're like, I don't know, obviously I don't know the weight of everyone like on the audience here, but you don't want to go above 180 pounds. Like that's your standard. You will never go above that. Or for example, you'll never go above 15% body fat percentage. That's your new standard. No matter what happens, you will never go above that. That's the standard. And maybe over time you lower this like to 14% and all the way to whatever you can accept and whatever makes sense for your lifestyle, of course. But these are hugely important. This is your fitness, and now we'll just quickly talk about your business that you can accept. So you might, like if you're starting off or whatever, you might accept that you can only, like the standard is you have to have a minimum of $1,000 in your bank account no matter what. Like obviously this is pretty low for many people, but $1,000 in your bank account no matter what. Like $1,000 is basically zero. If it falls below that, it's gone. So that's your standard there. But of course you want to increase that standard. You want to be going to say $10,000. So that's your new standard. If you ever went below $10,000, it would be massive panic, like your standards would be completely broken. That again is your new zero. And the more you step up, the better you get at business, the better you get in all this, the higher you want to raise that standard. You want to continue to raise that to 100,000 is your new zero, 1,000,000 is your new zero. And then on the way up if you're getting really, really good at business. So it's all about standards, and you want to keep that at a minimum level. So hopefully this video was helpful. And if you're like this, just let me know in the comments below if you've suffered from any of these things, or if you've noticed this kind of phenomenon where this mirror effects really affects your business. So let me know in the comments, and yeah, if you like this video, subscribe below.